he had made a great heir. The chain to which the great symbol of love that he had given to his anima was attached had partially torn when he got off of his bike and entered into Walmart. He looked at the chain and did not realize that it had broken in a way that would inevitably lead to the loss of the wonderful little trinket. The trinket had indeed been lost for a time, but the man retraced his steps until he finally at last found the little trinket again. There it was, lying in the street. It was not. It was slightly damaged because it had been run over by perhaps more than one car, but it was still good, and it would continue to serve as a good symbol to signify the union that had taken place inside of the man between his anima and his prime self, all one in one whole being. In the future, the man would take much more care to make sure that the trinkets that he had acquired would not fall out of a careless inattention. He would be more mindful. All right. Yeah. So basically, that happened today. It's kind of funny. And is it a symbol of some sort? Is it something of the of the greater realm of reality telling me something? I don't know. I try not to read into things too much. I just sort of allow my mind to be blank and be a witness and stay present in the moment. I find that's the best way to live, the best way to be myself. Um, Figured I'd talk a little bit about like my strange like personalities that I do on this channel. Essentially, we all have a shadow. Um, Most of us are frightened by our shadow, so we don't really. A lot of us, who haven't studied Carl Jung, probably don't even really reckon that shadow is, the shadow is like a real thing. But I think there's a great deal of evidence that suggests that it is, in fact, real. For me personally, I mean, it's an pretty much self-evident truth in the type of work that I've been doing. Essentially, what you're seeing as I do these characters is shadow integration. The way to not be possessed by shadows is by allowing them to be spoken and to be expressed in a healthy way, in a healthy sort of imagination, a healthy environment where you're feel safe enough to express your imagination and allow your creative juices to flow. So, for anyone who's wondering, what is this like weird fucking guy doing? Like, has he lost his marbles? I would say I have found my marbles. I'm a much more complete person than I've ever been. You know, the world. I've always been a weird person by the standards of the world. I mean, personally, I think the world is fucking weird, and we should all be a little bit more bold and creative. Like I've been, doing here on this channel. We should allow wider range of personalities to speak through us because we're not this like narrow, limited person that we put out there in the world. That is the person that we've decided out of a survival strategy throughout our adolescence. That this is the person that people will not abuse me as much with when I present myself in that way. But that may have some utility. But for me, that has never worked. I'm not good at concealing who I am. This is who I am. I'm like I'm kind of a wild person. I have strange and more ancient spirit that lives inside of me. And when I try to be like everyone else, I'm profoundly unhappy, and You know, it just doesn't work for me. And you know, I guess it works for a lot of you out there, but you know, maybe it doesn't work as well as you think. So I don't know. Consider that. Consider what I said. Um, anyhow, have a good one, guys.